Lads and ladies, welcome to the first day of the rest of our lives. I've got 18 rewards to open here, which sounds good on the surface, but then when you click into it, it's actually just one card, $5, and 115 essence, so the essence farming is in full flow here. But how did I do it? Well, my super rare team actually did alright, but unfortunately alright is never going to be good enough, especially now that the super rare divisions are narrowed down to one, where you're competing against, the best cards in the competition. So realistically, if I win one reward with this team all season, I'll be a happy camper. Now, these two rare teams here, unfortunately, I screwed the bed a little bit by not putting Quinn Sullivan in with his Philadelphia Union teammates here. Quinn Sullivan got a 67, whereas Zinchenko obviously did fuck all, right? So that extra, 60 points or whatever would have got me free rare essence. Wow, that's tough. I need 400 plus points to win any money. Wow. Okay, classic. Did okay here. But again, okay is not good enough. The Austin duo of Wolf and Cascante scored well in this team. Austin FC had a very good opening game week to the MLS, which I love to see. Unfortunately, the other three players did not have a very good opening game week in the MLS. And then the team on the right, and I'm actually quite happy about the outcome here, because realistically, this team did shit, right? Messi is the only player who did anything. Obviously, why he's my captain. You have to captain Messi, and he won me 25 essence, despite the rest of the team doing fuck all. And it's kind of a similar story for these other two limited in-season MLS teams, right? The only decisive in either team was a clean sheet for the goalie, which is great, don't get it twisted, but no one outfield did anything. So despite only scoring 300 points in both teams, that's still enough to win me, 40 essence combined across the board. So can't complain too much there. Acosta was not cooking. He is the letdown here in this classic team. If he'd scored a decisive, maybe I could win 25 to 50 essence on another day, but not this day. But hey, 5 essence, 385 points. We'll take it. Did any other shit go on? Kessler had a good opening game week. Not really in a team doing all too much. Again, 5 essence for 380 points. That's a bit meh, isn't it? But we know classic's dead. 10 essence for 400 points in the Prem. Needed a decisive from Garnacho to maybe get a tier 3, right, which would have been worth like £2.17 or something, so that's a big miss there. But we move on. Speaking of moving on, Real Sociedad, they finally got a move on in the league and won me some money in a long while for the first time. $5 there for 430 points, which, is decent, but it still means I need 480 points to get $25. That's fucking carnage, right? And you got to think the payout goes from like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 20. And then it's just like, 21 to 230. That's like a massive grouping of managers to get the low end of the money rewards there. I guess you got to spread it out somehow, right? But I was just like, fucking hell, that's a jump. And then this team on the right in Classic, kind of fucking annoying because I knew Valverde was a risk to start. And I knew in my heart of hearts as well that I shouldn't have played him. And I just went for it. And, Girona was an easy game. If they're ever going to rest him, it's probably going to be this one. So that's a big shame that I kind of fucked it myself. There are no complaints. I won't be on Twitter crying like Pranksy does. Poor Pranksy. Let's pray for him. What would I have done, though? I would have done Takefusa Kubo instead of Valverde, who did get a goal. So he would have got like a 70. So 70 extra points here would have got me a tier 3. Wow, I would have won a tier 3. Worth £2.17. Fucking hell, that's tough. Bundesliga, 5 essence thanks to my captain choice and a goal off the bench for Gnabry. Can't complain, except I am going to complain about Zetterer being dog shit in goal. But we move in season here. Again, super tough, right? 392 points has got me 10 essence. And again, I say it's super tough, but that's how competitive it is, right? Because realistically, only 3 players out of 5 did anything in this team. Obviously, Mittelstadt, Martinez, and my captain Musiala, decent scores to get to that 400. But Nubel didn't keep a clean sheet, and Marino did fucking poorly. So, again, that's how tough it is. I need all 5 players scoring on all cylinders. 3 is just not going to be enough these days, despite how close I was. Did anything else go on? My classic team, again, similar story with the Valverde one. That DMP has cost me big time there, essentially, of winning anything at all. Now, this is a bit more annoying as I had no reason to suspect Julian Brandt wouldn't have played, right? Valverde was a bit of a toss-up. Brandt, he was down for 90%. I just thought he would have played. And as you can see, it was a favourable fixture. They ended up winning 6-0. Brandt likely would have, helped along the way if he had played. But it is what it is. A shame to waste all those other decisives, but that's how the game goes. Anything else at all to write home about? Burnley have won me a card. That's nice. Obviously, I got my captain wrong, right? But you have to captain Zian Fleming. You just have to. I would have captained Roberts if I didn't have that rule, but you know, he's the Lord and Savior. You got to die on your morals and principles. And did I do anything else? 10 essence and 5 essence here, actually. So again, the essence farming has done quite well. I mean, that's not bad, considering, again, 350 points is nothing special. So that's how I did it. Was that breakdown worth going through? Not fucking really, but I've already done it, so let's open the rewards, I guess. I hope I don't have to open a bunch of boxes to reveal the essence. I don't even know what thing this... Oh, Challenger, it says right there. This is probably going to be a pile of shit, right? Let's... we got a Moroccan from Genk. I feel like Zakaria El Wadi. That's a lot of vowels. How many vowels does he need? I guess 4. But, oh, I guess he's got the E as well. He's got all of the vowels. Good for him. What the fuck am I talking about? Let's go check him out. I mean, you know, he's capable of doing some shit. That doesn't look too bad of a Challenger card to keep in the account. What is he worth? It doesn't look like a lot. Let's just put it in cold hard cash money, right? He's worth... Wow, I feel like I've pretty much nailed on £2, like, 17 there. Maybe that's about £2.30. £2.32. I was fucking close. I've gone 15 pence over what I expected. That is pure profit right there. So, the essence count, 172 for limited, 57 for rare, and I'm going to gamble. So, for anyone who's seen my box opening video, I opened, I don't know, at least 30 tier 5 crafts, and I literally got no one above a tier 4. So, I'm just going to hold the essence. We're going to get that, you know, tier 1, 500 fucking essence of Rue. We're going to open it and have a good time. What did I do this midweek? I guess I've got stuff going on here. A clean sheet from Pickford would have been nice. You know, 400 plus scores in both teams. Not bad, but again, a tier 4 and some boxes. Like, fucking hell is tough. I guess we'll talk about that. Classic's tough. What can you do? They've killed that aspect of the game. I've seen Mike of Pompey's actually sold up his entire account because he doesn't like where the game's going to, right? Yeah, Classic's dead. In season's becoming a bit of a gamble, which I fully agree with him on. So I can see why he's sold up. Obviously, I've gone all in on the MLS, right? So you can see why I'm not fully selling up yet. But I'm thinking this could be my last year, right? And then we'll just go with whatever Classic shit's in the account and just deal with it and not put any more money in, because I'm also in the kind of same mindset. It's just not as fun anymore, and that's not really the game's fault. They've got to do what they've got to do to survive. You know, they're a business. They got to make money, right? Cold hard cash money, which they were probably losing money doing the thresholds and shit, but hey, it's just less fun for us. It doesn't mean we have to stay, right? Even if they have to do the right thing for them, we have to do the right thing for us. And then Pranksy was crying about DNPs. Like, I'm pretty sure he had Valverde and Hradecki. Obviously, if we go back here, I got my Valverde down here, which is, you know, sad. Obviously, he's got more money and more stake in the game than I do. But I don't know. I'm sick to death of just seeing people cry about DNPs. It is what it is. If Sorare could have fixed DNPs by now, they would have done. The game's been out like fucking, what, 5-6 years? Like, they could have fixed it by now if they'd wanted to. But they haven't. You know, maybe a sub's the right thing, but fuck, who fucking cares, right? And even Simply Alex said it as well, right? They were crying about Hradecki getting a DNP and saying, this isn't right, we need subs, blah, 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 blah. But, like, he was the goalie. He's probably one of the most locked-in players in any lineup anyway. You're not going to make your sub a goalie, and you can't just have your sub be an outfield player for a goalie, or that, you know, defeats the point of the game. So, like, they're crying about needing subs and stuff, but they wouldn't have been able to sub him and still would have had a DNP anyway. So it's like, oh, you're being a bit narrow-minded here, people. And, you know, Simply Alex isn't the smartest bloke either, right? We all know that. So for him to come out and say that, you know, you have to pay attention and think, wow, that's got to mean something. And for the rest of the video, let's talk about the MLS in-season, where I'm heavily focused, right? So looking at the rare in-season competition, so I had 326 points. I needed 83 more points. So, you know, 410 points to win the lowest cash reward. Wow, that's difficult. That's competitive, as you'd expect, but that's tough. I mean, I've put, you know, about $2,000 into MLS in-season cards. Now, going into this, I knew this wasn't probably super smart of me, and I knew it was going to be difficult to compete, right? I didn't go into this thinking, oh, I'll make that back in 2 months, blah, blah, blah. I knew I probably wouldn't make it back, and it'd be difficult, but fuck me, that's going to be difficult, right? So, you know, $2,000, you got to think 40 game weeks a season, maybe 45 for some teams. On average, you're probably going to need to earn about $50 a game week, which That's tough. I'm already $50 behind. Obviously, the essence comes into it, right? So how much essence did I win? You know, maybe 70 essence or so. But again, that still means it's going to take me 6 or 7 game weeks to, you know, get that 500 tier 0, tier 1 essence, which when I do craft, I, in theory, could get a bottom end tier 1 who's worth, you know, like $20, $15 or something. So that's not even a guarantee in any sense of the word. I mean, I'm just not going to be able to make $50 a week, right? You need that unicorn game week where you literally go out and win or get a podium to get, you know, $500, $1,000. I don't think I'm going to make that back. I'll keep track of it all and we'll figure it out, but I'm not going to, am I? So that's cool. Anyway, that was all the talking points I'd sort of noticed around the Sorare community this week. Anything else? I don't know. Game shit. Nah, I'm being overly negative here. Sorare's fine. You have to expect to lose your money these days. Unless you're buying top end. I mean, I've bought a few top end cards and I still expect to lose my money, right? But I still enjoy the game for what it is and it is fun. But I can see why people would sell up and not stay involved anymore. Anyway, I'll catch you next time because I love you.